Assalamualaikum. Hi everyone. My name is Indah and today I want to share a story about one of my favorite movies. But before we jump into the movie, let's have a little fun. Look at this picture. Do you know who is this? Yes, that's Deddy Corbuzier. He's one of the most famous magician in Indonesia. And when you see him bold like this, it's kind of funny, but actually that his trademark, right? And the funny thing is, in Now You See Me, one of the four horsemen is also bald. So it feels like there's a funny connection between Indonesian magician and the national ones. And why do I start with magic? Because magic is not only entertainment, magic is the art of tricking our eyes and our minds. What we see is not always the truth, and Now You See Me is exactly like that. And when I was in junior high school, I really loved watching Now You See Me 1 and 2. It was so cool to see a group of magicians robbing banks or big companies using illusion. It wasn't just an it wasn't just an action movie, but it made me think creativity can be a weapon to fight against corruption and injustice. And now, after almost 9 years, the third movie finally came out. Now You See Me 3 Now You Don't. I was super excited when I heard the news because it feels like meeting old friends again but with a bigger and more complex story. So so let's start with the characters first because without them the movie wouldn't be alive, right? First, we have G. Daniel Atlas, the leader of Four Horsemen. He is super charismatic and a bit ambitious. And then we have Henley Rivers, the smart female magician. And she always full of strategy. And next, Jack Wilder, the loyal guy who's master of disguise. And we have Merritt McKinney, the mentalist funny but he's sharp at the same time. And don't forget Lulamai, the illusionist with a quirky style, and she's bold, creative, and in the story, she even disguised herself to break the horsemen out when they are trapped. So she's kind of the wild card who saved the team. Of course, we also meet the new generation, Charlie, Bosco, and June. They are young, creative, and love using technology like deepfake and holograms. On the other side, we have Veronica Vanderburg. She is the cold antagonist and here of a diamond company with a dark Nazi family background. And finally, Thaddeus Bradley, the Grandmaster of the Eye. He is mentor but also manipulator. And now, where does all of this happen? The movie takes us to some amazing place. The first is Belgium with a glamorous diamond auction, and then France with the Ice Illusion House and full of crazy rooms like Ants Room, Reality Stairs, and Spinning Corridors, and later Abu Dhabi at the Yas Marina circuit during a Formula One party, and finally the Desert Vault where the big showdown happened. And the theme is clear: illusion versus reality, and power versus justice, and solidarity against corruption. Now let's talk about the plot. 10 years after the first Hayes, Charlie, Bosco, and June perform a fake horseman show with holograms, they rob a corrupt crypto boss, and Daniel recruits them to steal the herd diamond from Veronica Vanderburg. In Belgium, the old horsemen join, but Dylan is captured, and later in France, Veronica's police attack the Ice Illusion House, causing chaos. Climax in Abu Dhabi show Veronica trapping the horsemen in a glass cube, but they escape and reveal Charlie as her long-lost brother in a big illusion. And Charlie explained he planned everything for 14 years. Veronica is arrested and the diamond is returned to the people of South Africa. And finally, the horsemen reunite and Jack and Lula rekindle their relationship. And Dylan appears in hologram and the team promises to continue their mission. And next, I will show you 5 main multicultural issues that appear in this movie. I will explain each one and also show the scene screenshot as proof. Uh, Now, let's start with the first issue. The first issue is identity crisis. Nah, in this scene, we see Charlie. He is confused about his identity. On one side, he is Veronica's brother, part of a corrupt family. On the other side, he wants to be a horseman who fight for justice. This is what we call identity crisis. According to Charles Taylor's theory in Politics of Recognition, 1992, people need recognition of their identity so they don't lose themselves. And now, moving to the second issue, inequality. Here, Veronica shows off the diamond to her. It looks glamorous, but actually it is a symbol of inequality. The diamond comes from exploitation, but the people of South Africa never enjoy the wealth. This connects to critical race theory. In 1980s, by scholars like Kimberly Crenshaw and Derek Bell, which explain how systems often keep racial injustice alive. So next, the third issue is fragmentation. In this scene, the old horseman and the new trio work together, but their style clash. The old generation used manual tricks, while the new generation used digital illusion. They show fragmentation. Biko Parekh in Rethinking says multicultural societies are full of different views and each group must find their place. And next, the fourth issue is discrimination and prejudice. Here the police attack the horsemen and the public see them as criminal, just tricksters, not fighters for justice. This is prejudice and discrimination. Stereotypes make it hard for them to be respected. Even though their mission is social justice, this connects to Gordon Allport, The Nature of Prejudice, 1954, which explain how stereotypes and bias shape unfair treatment. And finally, the fifth issue is community and inclusivity. This scene shows Lula. She disguises herself and frees the horsemen from prison. Her presence, together with the new trio, make the team more diverse. This is community and inclusivity. Will Kimlicka in Multicultural Citizenship, 1995, explained that minority groups must be included in the dominant system. And here we see that inclusivity makes the team stronger. So now you see me three, now you don't. It's not just about magic tricks or illusion. Behind the smoke and mirrors, the movie shows us 5 strong multicultural issues: identity crisis, inequality, fragmentation, discrimination, and inclusivity. When we connect this issue with theories from Parekh, Taylor, Kimlicka, and critical race theory, we realize something important. This film is more than entertainment. It is a mirror of our society. And the message is clear. Illusion may fool the eye, but justice, equality, and recognition are the real magic that can change the world. And thank you for listening. See you next video. Bye bye.